Hello, and welcome to another Sideshow First Look. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Stormtrooper Squad Leader from The Mandalorian by Hot Toys. Alright, let's take a look at the graphic arts box that comes with the Stormtrooper Squad Leader. We've got a great photo of the figure right up top there. On the cigar band, which has been pretty common on these Star Wars pieces, we've got a cutout of the Squad Leader. We've got a bigger detailed shot showing more of the armor here. Following the cigar band around here, we've got the name of the figure in that same color and tone. On the back, let's take a look at what's inside. Okay, let's take the top off of this piece. Now again, this is a traditional shoebox design. We've got a really great photo of our figure here in action with the logo and the name of the figure, revealing the 6 scale itself. All right, let's take it out of the box and see what it looks like in the tray. All right, let's take a look at what the Stormtrooper looks like in the tray. Of course, we've got the figure here in all its weathered glory. We've got multiple blasters here, a thermal detonator, multiple swap out hands, extra wrist pegs, and the base is hiding right underneath. All right, let's take it out of the tray and see what it looks like. All right, with everything out of the tray, let's take a look at the contents inside. Of course, right up front, we've got the Stormtrooper Squad Leader, multiple blasters, thermal detonator, multiple swap out hands, and that signature base over there. All right, let's take a closer look at the figure. All right, so looking at the detail, there is some great weathering on the helmet here, right across the helmet, goes all the way across onto the back. You can see it there. It looks so good. The blue right next to his breathing apparatus looks really great on the white of the helmet and the black of the eyes. Of course, we've got this awesome shoulder pauldron in that orange, letting us know that he's a squad leader. Now again, this is mixed media. This does have a texture to it, like a fabric underneath and up top as well. You can see it carry on all the way across here. It's got that undersuit that we've come to know from different Stormtroopers that you may have in your collection. And again, that weathering does carry on to little spots here as well on the chest piece. Moving down, you can see the belt. Now again, the belt does move a little bit, but it is not removable. You can see these pieces move here. And again, you've got a little bit more weathering on top of the hand armor there, here on the arm, here. Now again, be very mindful when moving some of these, because some of these pieces do move as well, just like the armor would. More weathering on the thigh, right above that knee there. Okay, looking at the armor on the shin, we've got some great weathering here. Now, it's a bit flatter here, and then this is raised ever so slightly right there. Again, it carries over, identical on these sides. Now, when we get to the boot, look at the weathering on the boot. You can tell that he's been stepping in some mud there. You can see it carry over on both sides. It looks great. You can see the tread on the bottom and moving down. Speaking of tread, look at the bottom of the figure's feet. All right, let's take a look at some of the articulation on this figure. Starting with the head here, it does move really well side to side. You could probably do 360 if you wanted to. It is double ball jointed, so it can look up pretty high and can look down. Moving into the arm articulation, it's got a really great range of motion. 90 degrees there, 90 degrees there. When popping the figure back, it's got really great, again, 90 degrees or even more there, and moving it backwards, 90 degrees there as well. Now going further down, it does have that bicep cut, because it can move like that. Double jointed at the elbow. You can see it. You can see the wrist move, traditional wrist peg. There. All right, now moving down to the abdomen articulation. Let's start with the trunk twist. About that far over and about that far over. Really great range of motion on both sides for the abdomen. Now, as far as how far back, there you go. And forward. The only restriction you'd have is that belt, but still, even then, it moves really well going forward. Moving the arms out so you guys can see what it looks like side to side. About that much over, and that much over as well. Let's take a closer look at the hip articulation. Again, a very posable figure, almost exactly 90 degrees there. You can see the double jointed knee there. You can see how far back it moves back that way. Same thing on the other side. Now as far as the splits and how far the range of motion goes out, really great. Lots of articulation on this. And again, double jointed knee can move back really far. Let's move down to the feet articulation. It does have a boot cut there in his joint, and he's got really great articulation on the ankle, side to side, up and down. So you can see up, down, side to side there. All right, again, this piece is wonderfully flexible, really great. You can put it in any pose that you would like to see. All right, let's move on to the accessories. Now let's take a look at the Stormtrooper Squad Leader's shoulder pauldron. The shoulder pauldron is removable. You would simply remove the head and slide it off of the arm that it would be on. The arm would go right through there. It's got a great texture on top of here where it's orange. And right here, it's almost got like a faux leather, faux texture on it. You can see the intricate stitching all throughout this shoulder pauldron. It looks so good. And again, no detail is lost even on the inside as well. Okay, you can see here we have one of the two blasters that comes with the figure. This is the larger of the two. Incredibly detailed, so many intricacies here. The handle actually has some really great texture. You can see the trigger there. We've got the blaster strap that can be draped over the figure if he's not holding it. You can see that that texture goes all the way around. Now again, this is just one of two blasters that comes with this figure. Okay, here we have the second blaster that comes with the figure. It's got that same color, tone, and texture. The handle has some great texture as well. There would be the trigger. Now this one does actually have some action here. Pops out and becomes a shoulder harness. You can see it there while it's extended. And that same tone and texture carries out through the blaster. Now looking at the bottom, when not in use, it actually locks in right there. Okay, let's take a closer look at the thermal detonator that comes with the figure. You can see some of the details here. If you are familiar with thermal detonators, you'll be very familiar with this accessory. Now this is magnetic, that's how it keys in. This here is the magnet, and we'll show you in just a second exactly how that keys in to the back of the Stormtrooper. So when you have the thermal detonator and the figure in your hand, the magnet is going to be on the back here. The blank side is going to be the magnet, and it just fits in like so. And this is what the figure looks like with the thermal detonator magnetically attached. Let's take a closer look at two of the swap out hands that we have. They are identical fists. You can see the weathering that is on the armor here on top of the hand. Now again, they are identical, so you can see them both. I'll put one down so we can get a bit of a closer look at them. You can see that texture carry into the swap out hand sculpt there and there. The next swap out hand that we're going to look at is a blaster holding swap out. Now this looks like it's for the larger blaster, as the surface area here is a little bit open. It's got a bit more of a loose grip so you can get the larger gun in there. This swap out hand here appears to be for the smaller of the two blasters, as the area here seems to be slightly smaller. You've got the same look and texture of the other hands, as well as the weathering on top. This swap out hand here is a gesturing hand. It can be attached. It is only for the left hand. The weathering there, and you get a really good look at the details on the inside of that Stormtrooper glove, which we hadn't seen previously because they were like a closed fist. Now here we have the Star Wars Stormtrooper Squad Leader base. It's got a really great sand texture. It's got foot imprints where your figure's feet can go in. You can see other footprints back here if you wanted to place them there, or maybe telling a story in and of itself. This is the figure holder. This will move up if you need it to. You can see it there. It does raise, of course, and we have the Star Wars Stormtrooper Squad Leader plaque, as you can see there in that beautiful textured silver. It looks really, really great. This has been the Stormtrooper Squad Leader from The Mandalorian by Hot Toys. For more information about this figure, follow the link below. And be sure to watch Unsealed and Revealed, where we'll take a more in-depth look at this figure and showcase some of its different pose options live. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to let your geek side show.